Alright, some of the stupidest thing people have said defending The Force Awakens is that, well, the second movie will explain everything. Uh, you know what? If your movie relies on a second movie to make it good, then that means it's not a good movie. I mean, you look at the first Star Wars, the A New Hope, that movie stands on its own. It doesn't need The Empire Strikes Back for it to be a good movie. Star Wars A New Hope is an excellent movie all on its own. Even if Empire and Return of the Jedi had never been done, Star Wars A New Hope would be an excellent movie. Same with Empire Strikes Back. If Empire Strikes Back didn't like, sorry, if Return of the Jedi had never been made, Empire Strikes Back would have been an excellent movie. It stands well on its own. Even if the first movie hadn't been done, Empire Strikes Back would still be a good movie. Same with Return of the Jedi. Even without Star Wars A New Hope and without Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi on its own is an excellent movie. It would have been just fine the way it started out with two droids walking into Jabba the Hutt's palace and trying to save some dude encased in carbonite. Return of the Jedi would have been fine on its own. So this whole thing that, well, The Force Awakens will be good once the second movie comes out is a weak, stupid argument. It doesn't make any sense. Um, a movie, if a movie relies on something else to be good, it's not a good movie. That's like the first, that's a lame argument that fanboys make about The Force Awakens. Second, regarding uh, Rey, there's been people on YouTube saying, well, you don't know Rey's lineage. You don't know who Rey's parents are. So that's why Rey is so powerful, because she probably has a strong Jedi parents. No, that's stupid. Luke Skywalker and Princess Leia had Jedi parents. I mean, Luke Skywalker was a direct descendant of the most powerful Jedi, Darth Vader, and he still needed training. He still couldn't do everything in Star Wars Episode 4 A New Hope. Princess Leia is a direct descendant of Darth Vader, a powerful Jedi. She couldn't really use the Force. She had the Force, but she couldn't use it. Even Anakin Skywalker, who apparently was born of the Force or whatever, even he needed training. The most powerful Jedi still needed training from Obi-Wan Kenobi or whatever. So this whole idea that Rey is powerful or whatever, that somehow her lineage will explain her power, is such a stupid argument. It's an argument made by fanboys who will just accept anything that Star Wars throws at us. I mean, give me a break. And then another theory, this is probably the dumbest theory, is that, well, Rey was trained, but her mind was wiped out. Her mind was wiped. Her mind was erased. Oh my goodness, give me a break. Well, you know what? If her mind was erased, then guess what else is erased? Her training, stupid. If she was trained as a Jedi and her mind was erased, that means her training was erased too. So how does she know how to do all this? Oh my god, my goodness, give me a break. Or, well, maybe she was trained as a little kid before her parents left. When her parents left, she's like 5 years old. I mean, you look at that scene in The Force Awakens when that spaceship is taking off. She looks 5, maybe 6 years old. And since you can't train a baby, I mean, a baby just cries all day and poops all day. The earliest she could have gotten training was like when she was like 3 years old. So if the earliest, I mean, because when you're a toddler, you can't really be trained on how to like fight. At least not, like an adult. You don't have like the muscle mass or the hand-eye coordination. So the earliest she could have been trained is like 3 years old, and she was abandoned like at 5 or 6. So the most she'd only have 2 or 3 years of training as a kid. That wouldn't explain how she could do the Jedi mind trick, or how she could you know how to use a lightsaber and whatever. So these theories are just so dumb. It's like these fanboys just grasp at whatever to try to explain the unexplainable. Because they just don't want to admit that The Force Awakens is a bad movie. You know, it's okay to admit The Force Awakens is a bad movie. Alright? It's okay. It doesn't mean you're not a Star Wars fan. I'm a huge Star Wars fan. I mean, I have been a Star Wars fan longer than I'm I'm a Star Wars fan as long as anyone can be a Star Wars fan because I was a kid when the original trilogy came out. I saw the original trilogy, Star Wars, before it was called A New Hope. I saw Star Wars in the theaters in the 70s. And then I saw The Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi in the theaters in the 80s. So I'm a huge Star Wars fan. Trust me, not liking the movie does not make you a non-Star Wars fan. So, you know, come off it, man. The Force Awakens sucks. Cray Abrams sucks. Kathleen Kennedy sucks. Kiri Hart sucks. The Lucasfilm Story Group sucks. They all suck. They made a crap movie. Rian Johnson sucks. I'm gonna make a whole nother set of videos on The Last Jedi later. But this was just a short video to kind of rant on all these really pathetic attempts at justifying the plot holes in The Force Awakens. The Force Awakens sucks. It really sucks. So I really don't understand why people are so excited and are putting so much faith in Cray Abrams for doing Episode 9. As far as I'm concerned, Abrams should stay the hell away from Star Wars. But I'm not in charge, so it is what it is. Thanks for listening.